that doesn't give you the right to be shitty to me. I can't be around someone who's just fueled by bitterness and negativity.
Well then, what are you doing here?
I was beautiful before I got pregnant.
I know.
You ruined me, Bojack.
I know.
East to the house, that is you. The house is at the top of the hill. The hill is also you.
You're Bojack Horseman. I have no cure for that.
Can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing shitty things and then feel bad about yourself like that makes it okay. You need to be better.
Bojack, just stop. You are all the things that are wrong with you. It's not the alcohol or the drugs or any of the shitty things that happened to you in your career or when you were a kid. It's you. All right? It's you.
Fuck, man. What else is there to say?
Okay, first things first, let's talk about the story of Season 3 itself. Now, this season takes place right where we left off with Bojack. He's doing press for the movie Secretariat, and he's struggling with the fact that getting an Oscar will not make him happy. And meanwhile, Todd and Mr. Peanut Butter, they're starting their own company, and you have Princess Carolyn finding herself struggling with her own company. This season does a really good job of giving every single character in the show just a lot of screen time as a whole. Now, it doesn't feel forced or it doesn't feel out of place. It's just really well done. And despite all that, we still get some screen time with a bunch of new characters. For instance, we have a new love interest for Princess Carolyn, and we even bring back a character that we didn't even know about that used to be Todd's old girlfriend, which is, you know, shocking to say the least. I mean, the fact that we get all this screen time with all the characters we've already known, and yet we even get some new characters thrown into the mix. It's just very interesting how they played this all out, and the way they end this season, they even plan it going forward. They have setups for each character and what they'll be doing in the next season, and it's pretty genius in a way in terms of how they've, you know, woven all this together, and it just meshes very well. I'm like really psyched to see what they do in Season 4, and it just really sucks that we have to wait a whole another year just to get, you know, the continuation of the story. I don't know, it just kind of keeps things interesting when you get to see the perspectives of each and every individual character and see what they're going through and see how Bojack is affecting them negatively or positively. Now, towards the end of the season, it's very, very well done how they, you know, build up all of this tension between him and all of his friends and people who are close to him, and it just kept going and going. And when you reach those last 4 episodes, it really hits you right in the feels when you get to see how each character is eventually, you know, realizing like, hey, you're not good for me, you're just, you know, a painstaking person to be around, and you're just not good for me, basically. And it's really nice to see each character and from their perspective how they see Bojack, and eventually they just get to a point where they're fed up with him and they just can't take it anymore. And it's just really hard to watch because despite the fact that Bojack is, you know, this flawed, hateable character, you still find him as a likable person. You still see the likable qualities in him, despite the fact that you know he's a jerk, you know he's not good for these people, but yet you still want to see him find a way to work it out with these people. It's just really, really magnificent how they've crafted this story, and honestly, Season 3 is by far the best season of the 3. Now, the ending of this season kind of left me with a question of, do I think Bojack has the potential to change, and can he change? And honestly, I don't know, and I don't know if it's even possible because, you know, he's just that type of person. It's something that he can't escape. It's something that just is natural to him, and, you know, like they say in the show, you know, you can't change because you want to change. You change because you have to change. And I feel like the end of this season is that big push that's gonna, you know, edge him on to realize that, you know, I have to. This is not something I can make excuses for or try to make up for in the future. I literally have to change who I am in order to get back to the way it was and, you know, get all my friends back. So, you know, whether or not he can change, who knows? We'll see in Season 4, but all I know is I am really hyped to see whatever they do in Season 4. It's gonna be probably amazing, to be honest, to say the least. So particularly with this season, I really, really enjoyed the flashback episodes. They were really well done, and just seeing what the characters were like before they met Bojack and seeing, you know, or getting an idea of what their lives would have been like had they not met Bojack was really, you know, the thing that brought everything together and made it really hit you in those last 4 episodes. Because, you know, seeing what they were before, and you see how, you know, normal, or how, you know, how they had their whole life ahead of them at the time, and then seeing later on, you know, what he's done to them, or how he's affected them negatively, you kind of realize, yeah, I mean, it's not good, and he does need to cut ties with these people, even though you really don't want that to happen. And to be honest, that's one of the things I love about this show, is how it focuses on such a flawed and likable character, and despite the audience being fully aware of how much of a terrible person he can be, we still find him as, you know, a good person, despite the fact that he's done so many terrible things. And the fact that this show can pull that off is pretty astounding in itself. So as far as the story goes for this season, it's definitely a must watch. The question is, season 2 and season 1, should you give it a watch? And honestly, my answer is yes. You should definitely give the show a watch. It is top notch, best of its class in my opinion. There's not too many animated shows out right now that are really as good as this. This is definitely one of the best shows being put on right now. And if you haven't even seen the previous seasons, then what are you doing watching this video? You need to get up and go watch the show right now. Season 4 definitely confirmed for another season. Can't wait for that to come out. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I'm gonna try and do a few more reviews on a bunch of different shows and different stuff like that, just to keep it a little bit more variety on the channel and stuff like that. But if you guys enjoyed this review and like the editing style, then go ahead and leave a like and tell me what you guys want to see in the future, and what other shows I should review, because I'm open to anything. I watch any type of show that you can think of. So go ahead and comment down below some shows or whatever the heck you want me to review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Awkwardly Animated, out. Peace.
The latest story that I know is the one that I'm supposed to go out.